You hear that? It's not just music. That's a culture. It's a sound that created violence.
You say they've arrested a second person for the death of drill rapper Avanti Frounder, 24-year-old Isaiah Garrett.
Governor officials calling for its ban.
Mayor Eric Adams made national headlines late Friday when he called out social media companies for their responsibility in promoting violence in drill rap videos.
Instead of talking about people who died and being disrespectful to their death through violence, why not empower young people to use drill music to talk about what's great about life?
Clearly, the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, does not understand drill music in its core essence. But that's a topic for another video. We're talking about drill music, primarily New York drill, and how the late legend Pop Smoke curated the genre into the stratosphere. A Brooklyn-bred, Canarsie-grown, deep-voice phenomenon named Pop Smoke shook the streets, rattled the industry, and rewrote the rulebook of New York rap. But how does someone who left us so soon manage to influence generations of artists, even from the afterlife? Good people, let's talk about it. I'm Soko, and today we're talking about Pop Smoke, how he changed New York City hip-hop and influenced a whole generation of drill artists, not only from here in New York City, but abroad in the UK and beyond. Alright, let's rewind. The year 2019. The scene, New York City, waiting for someone to bring the streets back to its forefront. Now, New York City at this time was shadowed by Chicago's drill music, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But let's rewind back to 2019. Enter Bashar Jackson, aka Pop Smoke. Raised in Canarsie, Brooklyn, Pop wasn't just another rapper. He had a plan, a mission. This wasn't about him becoming famous. It was about putting his neighborhood, his people, his city on the map. But he didn't just do it. He bulldozed his way through the rap game with his distinctive and very unique deep voice, as well as his swagger and catchphrases such as whoosh. But what exactly is drill music? To understand Pop Smoke's lasting impression, we need to talk about the drill scene and drill music as it relates to hip-hop. Drill started in Chicago, a raw, unfiltered sound reflecting the realities of the street as a form of the youth's version of modern-day hip-hop. Chief Keef, popular artist in the Chicago drill scene, made the world listen to their struggle with songs like I Don't Like, Finito, and Love So-So. This is what catapulted Chicago drill music, making drill travel all the way across the pond to the UK. In the UK, linked up with grime and it got polished. Still gritty, but now with a dash of British cadence. UK drill also had a very distinctive instrumental beat, similar to how Chicago drill had their own distinctive beats, and it was those distinctive UK beats that got Pop Smoke to jump in the booth, along with some extreme luck. So let's talk about Pop, right? Pop Smoke's voice was different. It entered your ears, it grabbed you by the collar and made you listen. His first hit, Welcome to the Party, it was a crucial cultural reset. But let's rewind a little bit back and talk about how exactly Pop Smoke got into the booth to record all these hits. It was by chance and luck. Pop Smoke, after being set back from being kicked from his basketball team, had making money primarily on his mind. He was doing well. He already had a nice car and a pocket full of money, all from the proceeds of illegal drugs. Let's just say it. He was a drug dealer. But one chance encounter with an artist in the studio, Guapo, led Pop to record his first track. After Guapo, the artist that Pop was in the studio with, got, let's just say, high on some drugs, fell asleep. So Pop went into the booth to try rapping for the first time. He used a beat from the English producer 808 Mellow and used American rapper Chef G's song Panic Part 3 and recorded his debut single titled NPR. The reviews were amazing, and this gave Pop the motion to make more tracks. The combination of his voice, the choice of instrumentals that he picked, primarily from 808 Mellow and only from 808 Mellow, for he would be the only producer that he used beats from, made Pop go from beginner all the way to legendary. After NPR came Dior. Yeah, that track. That's the anthem that put New York drill on the map. 808 Mellow, UK producer behind Pop Smoke's signature sound, said it best: "We elevated the game with my beats and his deep voice." So here's the thing. Pop Smoke didn't just make hits, he made movements. He didn't just chase trends, he created them. In just over 1 year, he gave New York a new sound, a new way, stemming from hip-hop. In Pop Smoke's last album after his death, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, didn't just chart, it soared, proving that his greatness was inevitable, even in his absence. This was drill showing the world that it was here and it was here to stay. It was an extremely popular genre of hip-hop music. So, Pop wasn't just another rapper, he was a visionary, a disruptor. In little over a year, as we mentioned, he turned music on its head. But what made him so different? Why is his legacy carved so deeply into hip-hop history? Let's break it down. When Pop dropped his mixtape, Meet the Woo in 2019, it wasn't just an introduction, it was a declaration. Tracks like Welcome to the Party and Dior, as I mentioned before, didn't just dominate New York, they were global wake-up calls. His sound was raw, menacing, and just catchy. Pop's genius was his ability to take elements from Chicago drill and blend them with UK's drill, and to top it off, put a little Brooklyn swagger on it. As mentioned, his partnership with UK producer 808 Mello wasn't just a collaboration, it was an alliance that redefined drill music globally. And that's what set Pop apart, his ability to adapt, innovate, and elevate. But Pop wasn't just about making hits, he wanted to uplift his community. Stephen Victor, the founder of Victor the label, the man who signed Pop Smoke, said it best. For him, it was about putting his community on the map, to lift up Canarsie, Brooklyn, and give them a voice on a global stage. Pop's music was filled with hunger and ambition, but it was also an anthem for dreaming big. His message, your circumstances don't define your destiny, and that message resonated. When Pop Smoke was still alive, his track Dior hit number 22 on the Billboard Hot 100, and his album Meet the Woo 2 debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200, just as he was cementing his status as a global star before tragedy struck. When Pop's untimely death came in February of 2020,
now at 11, we're following breaking news. A rap star on the rise during a violent home invasion in the Hollywood Hills this morning.
his momentum was still growing. It was a fuel. He was recording tracks for his album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, and it didn't just top the Billboard 200. It went global. It crushed it. Hits like Mood Swings with Lil TJ took over TikTok, introducing Pop's music to a whole new audience, which in turn made the songs, the tracks, and the album grow even more. Pop's momentum was unstoppable, even in his absence. And there's a ripple effect. Artists like Fabio Foreign, Busy Banks, and Dusty Locane were all carrying the torch Pop lit. Some artists like Dusty Locane even drew direct comparisons to Pop's legacy and iconic deep voice. These artists weren't just influenced by Pop, they were proof of his blueprint. Artists like Fabio Foreign and others continued to push New York drill to its forefront, but they all acknowledged Pop as the king who paved the way. One of these artists, Dusty Locane, to some, he's a mirror copy of Pop, almost having the same exact deep voice as Pop, and it's haunting. But that's the power of a true legend. His energy echoes in the voices of the next generation. Pop Smoke said himself, "The drill is a sound of New York." And he was right. He didn't just bring drill to New York City, he gave it a soul. He made magnetic, stylish, and impossible to ignore. Today, his influence is woven in the DNA of rap, and of New York City rap. From Canarsie to the world stage, Pop Smoke turned dreams into anthems, and anthems into movements. Today, the sound he helped create dominates playlists like TikToks and clubs. The king of Canarsie may be gone, but is his throne untouched? So this is Soko. This is a brief talk about Pop Smoke and his creation of drill music in New York City. If you like it, please hit the subscribe and comment and share. Alright, good people, till next time.